The perceived fertility, I didn't like that. I think she was trying to soften the blow. It's just like, men perceive our fertility decrease. No, it's not perceived. You know, that shit goes down over time. Um, and then there was the sentiment that I had earlier with Noble is I don't like that a lot of these talking points in a lot of these spaces are men are this value increases over time just naturally. That's not true for the most part. Men are going to maybe, hopefully, increase their value over time with improvement and hard work and certifications, higher like going back to the board and risks, assets, building, etc. I don't like the idea that men are taking that, oh, just because I grow older, I'm more valuable now, and you haven't really been doing work to make yourself a better man. I think that's a bad way of looking at things because it's going to set up a lot of men for failure to think that, oh, we're on the same level now, which is not true. A woman might hit her wall like in her fertility or in her beauty or whatever, but you might hit a wall as a man in your early 20s if you're not doing anything to keep getting better. So I
Women,
really
women,
I really
women and men,
I
women
can't
and
I
men
can't
are
talk
not.
over you, brother. I
I'm
can't
sorry. I'm
talk over
sorry,
you,
bro. I'm
brother.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Can't, brother. I'm sorry. So that's I'm trying to keep in mind what you said like chronologically. So as far as everything else she was speaking on, I do agree, women should be looking for their part. If that's the thing, because me and Noble disagree on this, I think a woman should be looking for the characteristics of a man she can build with in college. Um, Whether that blossoms into a family, I don't know, or that's up for them to decide if they want children or if they want marriage. Some people, a lot of women are claiming they don't want marriage these days. So who goes, however that goes is between them. But I think it's essential to find somebody you can have a good, healthy relationship with early, because I think it's best that a woman find her good man early. I'm telling you, at least at least the men I know that are successful, I know multiple men that make six figures and like young men that are on their way to doing that. We literally had a conversation tonight. You're going to get more value finding that man early and building with him, I mean, let me not say build with him because a lot of women have issue with building. Let's just say y'all have a relationship early, and he you have rapport with him early. You have a relationship, y'all lock in early. You're going to get in on the ground floor of somebody that could potentially change your life, and y'all can easily go into a relationship. Whereas for me and other men like me who are single, who are in their low 30s, who make good money, have a lot of progress going on and motion, whatever you want to call it, you're going to pay a higher fee to get with us. And it's not easy to get those kind of men later. Like a men that's already built his value, that's in the minority of men. We know that shit now. That's the thing. A lot of men didn't know they had value. A lot of men didn't know they had value until Kevin Samuels. I'm gonna be honest, and people can hate me for that. But a lot of men just thought, we never got talked to like we were special, even if we made good money and single and all that, blah blah blah. We just thought it was whatever. Like men just were kind of easy and happy to take whatever they could get with a lot of women. Not That's not the case anymore. Unfortunately, sorry, ladies. So a lot of men are starting to recognize they have value in the dating market if they've done the right things, and they see they have a lot of options. So I'm just saying, get in on the ground floor before there's a lot of competition at you, or for those men at least. So I do agree with that. Um, what else did we cover, Noble? Shit, it's late, so I'm trying my best to use my brain before it shuts down.
Um, I mean, do you, okay, I obviously, like you said, you think, and I mean, I don't disagree with you on that. I mean, as far as like, because I was talking to Bree about that earlier, about getting in early,
Yeah,
being the investor in the startup, like, you
yeah,
know, being in the series A round, so you can really have that equity.
yeah,
Not when the company is established now and successful, and now everyone wants to invest in it. Like you said, now you are going to pay a higher price now.
yeah.
But my question to you is, do you think, like, just your honest opinion, no right or wrong answer, do you think a lot of young men are fit for marriage, like men in their early and mid 20s?
Mm, I'm going to say
No.
me and you are going to fight. I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Most men are not. I would say I do understand they lack the resources. We're gonna agree on that, right? We can both agree they lack resources. And for the most part, a lot of men, and I'm talking about the average man. I'm not talking about the top, whatever that people think, like that women think of when they think of dating men. Because some dudes are just invisible. Most men are invisible. Do you know what I mean when I say invisible, Nova? Just before I continue.
Yeah, I mean, the same way I be talking about women having men readily available for them and more than suitable for them, but they overlook and bypass those men. Yeah, I know what you
Correct.
mean.
Correct. That is the majority of men, the invisibles, the men that women walk by every single day that pretty much just don't exist in their life, and it's subconscious too. And it's not, I can't even fault them. These men literally don't exist to them. They don't stand out. They don't make a lot of money. You walk past these men every single day. That's going to be the majority of the population of men. If they were to get a woman, I know for a fact they would try their best to do as much as they can to keep her happy. They would try their best. Not, I don't like they would damn near have no choice but to be loyal. To be honest with you, they're going to work. I would at least just say like as long as he hits the check boxes, if he has a decent job and like he actually has a something going on in his life, or he has morals and integrity. Because again, I'm talking about average women getting with average men. I'm not talking about the
But
most beautiful. I'm not talking about the most paid. I'm talking about people that are dead in the middle. Most
av-
people are going to be. Go ahead, brother. Just go ahead.
yeah,
It's
average,
important. It's
average,
important. Go ahead.
Emmanuel, please
It's
just let
important.
everyone finish when
It's
they got the
important.
floor, okay? You'll have an opportunity to speak. Just don't cut people off because they weren't cutting
okay,
you off when you
yeah,
were speaking.
It's
Just let people
important. It's
finish.
important.
yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm speaking on the majority of people, people dead in the middle who are never going to really have that fancy Instagram lifestyle, who doesn't have a whole bunch of potential. I'm just talking about the majority of people. So I think most people would be better off finding their partner early because a lot of people are, I would say a lot of women are kind of holding out for this fantasy white knight that's going to come and save them and rescue them and has all this money. Looks great. He's a sexual prowess. He has high sexual prowess, but he doesn't sleep with that many women and he's loyal. Like he spends all his money and time on her. It's like they're looking for that fantasy that Instagram is selling a majority of women now. So I would tell most women find your partner early. And if y'all choose to date or like marry or have kids, that's up to y'all. But I would honestly say relationships should be a lot simpler, and they're not because people are holding out or what they call it, not settling, quote unquote, for the average invisible guy. Give the invisible guy some booty. That's all I'm saying.
He's
You know
invisible.
what? You know what? When you and one second, Alondra, I'll let you speak. When you and Alondria like put it the way y'all put it, as far as like the average man, right? Right, Suba?
Hmm.
Like same thing Alondria said, like most, especially black men, not in that 13%, if you will, right? Not even making six figures.
Not at all.
So they don't even have the access, the opportunities, the abilities to even be out here moving a certain way to start off with.
Facts.
So to what you said, yeah, if and when they do get a woman, like you said, not only are they going to do everything within their willpower to keep her happy and keep her satisfied, they really have no choice but to, like
Facts.
you said.
Yeah, because
So
they hold on to that booty with dear life. I ain't mean to interrupt you, but yeah.
right. So and maybe that's why I have a hard time understanding for real. I'm not trying to be funny, but like I just have a hard time even like I can register it now when you and Alondria like set like put it to me the way y'all did. But yeah, baby, go ahead, Alondria, go ahead.
Thanks, Noble. Yeah, I recognize that. I love that you're recognizing that you really just don't know what that life is about for these average men. But I just want to say something. They're invisible for a reason, right? Like it's like supervillain said, which I'm not sure why this isn't common sense, but you do have to work for your value. And if a man is invisible, right, it's probably because he's not working for his value. You can't be fat and broke. Like it just doesn't work that way for men, unfortunately.
told my
It's
brother
sad.
that yesterday.
It's sad, but it's a reality. You can't be like in Jersey, we don't pump our gas, right? You can't be pumping gas and be 300 pounds, bro. You can't. Not if you want a decent woman, especially in a world when women want one kind of man, right? Most women want one kind of man, the man who's successful, the man who's attractive. If you want to be competitive, you have one of two choices. You either get your ass in the gym or you go get some money, or you could do both, right? But I'm a realist. You only need to do one. So you have to pick your poison. And the same thing goes for women too, right? I'm saying this as a plus size woman. I recognize my value in the market. So what I'm saying is, yes, you're invisible, but there is something you can do in order to become visible. And one more thing I'll say is, because I'm dating now for the first time in a few years, and some of these invisible men are laying it on too thick, and that creeps me out. So I have to block them because I'm like, this is scary to me how thick they're laying it on, or just really desperate. And either way, it's a turn off. So please, men, don't lay it on too thick.
Oh
I would
yeah,
like, Chuba, can I ask Bree a question really quick before you say whatever you're gonna say?
absolutely, absolutely.
Bree, to the last thing that Alondria just said, because obviously, you're the only other person that can answer this question. Um, like when you've like dealt with men in the past, as a woman, can you like kind of tell when a man is like Alondria said, like being a hard on, coming off super thirsty, like coming off desperate?
Yeah, I can tell, but I don't really pay them too much attention. I don't really focus on them type of man, you know?
My point exactly.
No, I got you. Okay, go ahead, Super.
What was I'm trying to remember what Alondra was saying as far as like they're invisible for a reason. Um, I have to take some kind of gripe with that. I do feel all men can improve and do better, but there's only so far up that most people are going to go realistically. And I do understand, a woman wants to get the best deal she can, as well as a man does too. And that's okay to want somebody that's doing well. I'm not going to fault people for that. I just think a lot of women are predominantly trying to punch upward when they really don't qualify for that. I really think a lot of people. I think we would have a lot more families, to be honest, if people. I'm gonna say what predominantly women. I'm sorry. I don't like to go too hard on women. I got to be honest. Yeah, a lot of women are trying to punch upward, and you just need to punch flat across. Uh, the those men at the top are not going to take a lot of these women serious. It's just going to be an option. You're just going to be on the phone, like you're going to be on the roster. But the sad thing is, a lot of them are okay with it too. And it's the thing that I hear an echo. What?
Charles, please mute your microphone.
Oh shit, my fault.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. Um, I really would like to see more families come together and just because I'm honestly tired of a lot of these conversations that just kind of go in circles. And this is definitely not. No, you got a ratio. This is not. But just the spaces. You know what I'm talking about. It's just like these women still what they want, and I get that, and I respect that. But y'all gonna have to
Bro,
on a
we all
realistic
are
scale.
average.
I
We
can't,
all are average.
I can't, brother. I can't. I can't. On a realistic scale, people are going to have to at some point understand that they don't qualify for certain people. And men get it rejected all the time. We feel our rejection like face, like just like y'all with Bree and Alondre was saying. They get that rejection in their face. A woman, you can still be accepted, but you're on the team on the roster at best. So it's that delusion that I do fault men for. I do fault men for because we will sell a woman a dream if we can put her on a roster and hit it. I do understand that, so I have to take accountability as a man for that, or we have to take accountability as men for that. However, if y'all really are saying the things that y'all want the happy family, y'all want a man that's going to be an active father, y'all really want the Christmas pictures with the onesie on and Instagram. A lot of y'all just gonna have to go with the invisible man. Those are the men that a lot of y'all qualify. A lot of women qualify. I'm not gonna say y'all because I don't want anybody to feel attacked. I'm not talking to anybody individually. A lot of women qualify for. and they're not going to ever be those. To what Alondre was saying, a lot of men are never going to be those top men. Majority won't. That doesn't mean that they still can't provide a decent life or a decent value. You're not going to get what you see on Instagram, unfortunately, and a lot of women don't want to accept that. You're not going to have the Jado Wado lifestyle. You're not going to have the. That's facts. You're not going to get. A lot of women are not going to get that.
One more thing, please. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Alondra. Go ahead. Oh, then Bree. Okay, go ahead, Alondra, and then Bree has a question, and then we'll have Super close, and then Manuel. I'll give you an opportunity to speak, and then we'll go on to Charles. Go ahead, Alondra.
Thank you so much, Charles, for your patience. I know I've been saying a lot. Thank you, Noble. So yeah, this is something that I've heard men say. A man will sacrifice on looks for a woman that has the other things he wants, whether that be not having any kids, any baggage, being a friendly woman, a woman who's submissive. So while I do understand the whole qualify for, an average woman is capable of getting above average man if she has other things. Whereas if you flip it, right, an average man with a nice personality, what are the odds of him getting a woman that looks like Lori Harvey or Megan Good? Like, so it's not quite the same in terms of how realistic it is for an average man to get with an above average woman as opposed to an average woman to get with an above average man. Because even though above average men, they have the pick of their litter, these 10s and 9s out here, they have terrible personalities. So men are willing to go for a 6 or even a 5 if she cooks, she cleans, she's submissive, etc. So it's not as unrealistic for a woman who's average to get above than it is for a man who's average to get above.
You know what, Alondra? I was like, I could reject and I could argue. Let's just, for the sake of argument, right? I'm going to just say you're 100% right. You're 100% right for the sake of argument. You as a, I'm not saying you, let's say this woman as a 5 or 6 has secured above average or a top earning man. And most other women are trying to do the same. So with those men being a strong minority, do you still think that that's the best approach for women in general, the majority of women? That's still like, well, I could be the one that settles for, somebody on my level, which is the majority, because we're talking about the average woman. But I'm going to hold out, and because I know sometimes they can, I can luck up, right? Because I'm going to work on my femininity or my cooking skills. I'm going to get a cookbook or whatever, right?
Yes,
Okay.
literally.
So
That would
that's
definitely be.
so that's
Yes.
great. So now
So
that you secured one of the top men, that you just took that percentage away, just a teeny bit from the, that small percentage of men. So now what? Now what's up for the 9s and 10s, the other competitors? So they're still going to be in the arena fighting to the death, right? For these men,
good
correct?
luck.
Right,
Good luck.
right.
That would definitely be my advice to a woman, right? If you're an average woman, just have a good personality. Don't fuck up. Don't get knocked up. Don't date any pookies or ray rays so that you have baggage. And I promise you, sis, you're most likely gonna find a good guy. So
Okay.
yes, that would
I
still
dis I
be
Can I ask a question real quick?
I disagree because the majority of us are average.
Hold on. I said we're gonna go Alondra. Bree got a question, and then
Oh,
it's gonna be your turn
my
to
bad,
speak,
bro.
man.
I just want to, just real quick, I just want to put a bow on what I was saying to Alondra. Even if I do give you that 100% no argument, right? You are still competing for the small minority, and you're still holding out. The average woman is still going to hold out for the minority. It's not going to work overall. It's overall, you're still going to fail. I'm trying to give some kind of solution that's going to work, and you can at least cut your life expenses in 50, like in half. I think that's a better solution overall for most women. That's all I'll say. Yeah, may the best woman win, I guess. Good luck.
Bree, you had a question?
Yeah, it wasn't that important. I was gonna ask Super to like elaborate on why these men are invisible.
Why these men are invisible? Because they don't fit the aesthetic of success. What we now consider success is rapidly different. Like what we consider success in the year 2023 is rapidly different what we thought of success 10 years ago, due to social media, due to us naturally, I guess, comparing ourselves to what's on social media. You having a roof over your head, a decent car that runs, that maybe isn't the newest model, a small chunk of change in your bank account, some regular ass clothes that maybe you got from Walmart or Target or some shit as a man. That's not what success looks like. If you not if you ain't got a bust down rollie, if you ain't got that new car, what's that new shit that what's his name?
What
He
what does success look like to you?
let me just answer one question at a time, brother. I'm just answering the lady.
All right.
So you have to have the newest, greatest. You have to look like you are successful according to what IG standards are. Just like you could say women have to compare themselves to beauty of whatever is on trending on IG now, the BBLs or whatever. So people are now competition is at its fiercest for both men and women. Women are now had to be more beautiful, or really don't honestly, but are comparing themselves to the most beautiful. Men are comparing themselves to the most successful. So, and if you don't fit that aesthetic as a man, you're probably going to be overlooked. The market has only gotten this is the height of competition right now. So you have to fit the aesthetic.
Yeah. I would say like the men that reach out to me that are considered invisible or I don't pay attention to, it's just more so like they're boring or they don't have any personality. It's not like that they're not successful. That's what I mean when I answer that question.
They
Yeah,
just
like
they just trying to have sex. Most of them is. But I just want to know like what does success look like to you guys?
Okay,
What
hold
is
on.
success?
Hold
Is
on,
it
hold on. I
monetary?
want Super to respond to what Bree just said.
yeah. So just real quick, like an average man is no longer successful. Like an average man used to be plenty like years ago because he could do something. And then again, to be fair, the economy has changed rapidly. Um, like a man alone used to be able to afford a home and house and all that, and that's just over time has changed drastically. So
Man,
I do
I'm
understand
so
it to an
glad
extent.
I'm so glad I
I
got married
can't.
before I was
Emmanuel,
25.
Can't.
Emmanuel.
I swear I'm gonna wrap it up soon. I promise. So, Jesus. So I do understand over time the economy has gotten tougher, inflation, et cetera, et cetera. So men have to perform better, but you just can't raise a family off of one income comfortably. And then on top of that, you have the social media pressure, et cetera, et cetera. So an average man just doesn't qualify as success anymore. If you tell a woman you work and make $50,000 a year, $40,000 a year, she's going to look at you like you're a bum. You may as well just told her you make 30,000 or you work minimum wage. If you're not saying that, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know people say 6 figures, but I think a woman can at least work with like 80, like something that can. She's gonna look up your job title and look up your salary. But
Yeah.
I would say at least 80. She's really not. You might not even get a woman that's gonna respect you if you don't make at least 80. She might not even respect you or see you as an actual man or actual mating partner. If 50K is no, Reginald. 50K is not enough.
It
Can I
depends
say
on
something really quick?
Of course, brother. You the host. You say what the fuck you want.
So like Alondria, like Alondria, has said on my past couple streams, like as of recent data that she's seen on black demographics, who polls from the census, who polls from BLS, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, only 13% of Negroes, men, are even making 75 bands. And that's and when I be like, I don't want to say going in on a woman, but just at like, talking about the woman, like if we know that the average black man making between 42 and 45K, and we know and according to Alondra, 13% only making forget about that 13%. If we know the average is between 42 and 45, if you like for a Negro, why are we even talking about like six figures for real? Like let's start off with niggas that let's see it. Let's like if you can get like a nigga that's making 75 bands is already way above the average Negro. Like, how do you not see value in him? And we
I,
and we can go up from there, but it's like, damn, you don't like. But that's what I'm saying. They either don't be knowing about these things, or they just they're just living in that much of a delusion.
Most women would see 75,000. I think women would even, I'm in Jersey, right? A woman would even see 65,000, an average woman, not above average woman. But an average woman would see 65,000 and see that as success, so long as he's not living in his parents' house.
Ah,
Nah, because once she gets around you and you see, because obviously you're not living a carefree lifestyle. There's gonna be a lot of economical decisions. You're not gonna be it's gonna show. Your income is gonna show where y'all go, like what you wear, what you drive. She's going to see that add up, and it's not gonna. She's not gonna respect that.
I'm
I mean, don't
telling you,
get me.
my brother, I mentioned my brother earlier, he works for the Postal Service. He's making around that. And he lives in Cinnaminton, New Jersey. You can look it up. It is a suburban area, a nice area, a safe area, and that's on a $65,000 salary. So I'm telling you, it's not the money as much as it is, like you said, supervillain, the aesthetics, right? If a
Mhm.
man, if a man, has a reliable car and he has his own house and he tells a woman he makes $55,000 a year, I promise you she's not going to care because clearly his 55,000 has done something. He has a fucking house. He's a homeowner. He has a reliable car. He can afford to take me to this nice restaurant. I don't necessarily think it's the number of money as much as it is what he has to show for the money he makes.
but Alondra, oh, go ahead, Bree.
I was just gonna say it just depends on like the debt that he has and how he manages his finances on that salary. That's the big thing.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with both of y'all. Alondra, in theory, it should 65K salary should be respected,
Should.
by a black woman. In theory,
Mhm.
um, but like Alondra, like I said, like Alondra, these women are aspiring to be the baby mamas and the girlfriends and the wives of the athletes and entertainers that they see on the internet these days, Alondra. Like, and I'm not talking about Bree specifically, but when Deshaun Watson was on the damn Houston Texans, trust me, there's a lot of girls in Houston or that wanted to be his girlfriend, and when I say his girlfriend, not his actual girlfriend, but they wanted to like be his girlfriend. They want to be on the sideline during the games. They want to be on the private jets, and they want to be going on vacation here, there, and yonder. They want to be riding, being passenger princess in whatever car. Like Alondra, we're literally living in a time now. Always say it is 1:48 a.m. I am on TikTok right now. There are women that are stocking shelves at Walmart and Target right now, and they want nothing, they want no parts to do with the man across the city that's stocking shelves at the opposite Walmart and Target. Because they want they're just so delusional and so far gone, Alondra, that they think they deserve what they want. Not what they actually qualify for, not the men, not the men that are in their actual social circle, not the men that they actually have any sort of ability to even speak to. They just think that they deserve what they want. So, even if a man across the city that's stocking the shelves at that opposite Walmart or Target is trying to, you know, I don't even want to say run game on her, but trying to pursue her because in his mind, because he got to live in reality. Like men know better, so he's living in his reality. He's like, you know what? Let me go get with her because like we on the same level for real. And them same girls is not trying to talk to them guys.
Yeah, an average man stocking shelves at Target probably shouldn't be dating at that point if he's a grown man, not if he's a young man. But the you guys remember the Home Depot girl that got the
Yeah.
like went she's capable. So if this woman is stocking at Target or what you call it, and she looks like that girl or she's pretty like that girl, then I would say that she has realistic expectations. Don't get knocked up. Don't get any STDs, and you might be successful. The odds are in your favor because you were born with the look. So it depends on what that girl looks like, the one that's stocking at Target, and whether or not she's a bitch.
But Alondra, and I had a stream about that, and Bree and Supervillain was on that stream. The reason that was even a thing is because she looked the way she does, but like we got to just keep it real. And I said this that day, like you don't just walk into Home Depots and see girls that look like that working there. You don't if we were to go to the Amazon warehouse, it's probably not going to be a bunch of bad bitches working at the Amazon warehouse. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. It's probably not going to be a bunch of bad bitches working at the Amazon warehouse. It's probably not going to be a bunch of bad bitches working at UPS. I'm sorry. Yeah, we can talk about that's why it was even a thing for her, because it's like, why are you working there out of all places? Like, why are you not somewhere being a bottle girl? Like, why are you not working at Hooters? Why are you not somewhere being a waiter, getting paid like excessive tips? But like and I say to say, like, we can't try to make it seem like there's a good amount of them girls that look like that that's working there, because most of them girls that look like that don't really need to be working in those type of environments to start off with.
I would say those girls are more likely to work at Wawa than they are to have a degree. Like whenever
Really?
I've in my life, I've met a handful of women that were gorgeous that had careers, and I'm like, oh shit. The gorgeous women don't have careers. The gorgeous women have minimum wage jobs until they meet a rich man.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you on that, Landra. I'm going to look. Of course, okay, I'm not going to sit here and try to make it seem like it's a bunch of us black men and black women that's just, working in the corporate realm, if you will. But I mean, and shit, I don't work with any of them. You know what I'm saying? I never have, but I mean, just from what I've seen on the internet, um, whether they work in real estate, I got a lady friend in Austin, Texas, that's a real estate agent. She actually just started her own brokerage, but no, there's definitely like some black women and some beautiful black women at that like work in corporate.
This is the thing too, because I'm seeing a lot of people say, "Oh, there's women, bad women here and there." Beautiful. I'm sorry, and this gonna be a hot take. Beauty is common. Success is rare. A beautiful woman, you can see or a dime a dozen, especially in different cities, different areas. Like I'm gonna definitely say there's some beautiful women that work regular jobs or whatever. They're born literally every day. Successful men are still going to be the minority. And I'm just trying to put it out there. If y'all think y'all can luck up and find these successful men and blah blah blah, they're still going to be rare, and they're not going to like Shaq slid in her DMs and the Home Depot girl. You would not see her for long, even if she did entertain Shaq. You would not see her on his arm at the red carpet or it been his house. Like that's just like it's realistically not going to happen. But he would definitely take her out. She would definitely get some benefit from it. Don't get me wrong. That's what I told you, Noble. If you miss out on the equity of a dude coming up, when he has it and he chooses to entertain his options, you'll get a salary, you'll get a paycheck, you'll get some benefits. But I'm not about to split my company with you. You not you
Yeah.
wasn't you
I was
wasn't who you
telling
shooting
Bree
it
that
to.
earlier. Yeah, I was telling Bree that earlier. Because
You weren't.
Bree was like, because and Charles, I'm about to have you talk, brother. You've been waiting so patiently, brother. You're gonna have the floor to
He
talk
has,
about what you
brother.
want.
I like
I
Charles,
just want
bro.
to say this last thing, Charles, because I was telling Bree earlier, because Bree was like, "Well, I don't know what to do," because I'm like, because like Alondra, I was telling her, like in, intentionally or unintentionally, like the more money that you make as a woman, you're just going to automatically ostracize a lot of men because of the standards that you all have. Um, so she's like, "Well, what do you do with it?" I'm like, "Well, obviously, as a single woman, I'm not talking about her specifically, just as a woman in general. If she's single, she needs to be being a self sufficient adult and taking care of herself. But she also needs to understand that, like, at the same time, yeah, you like all this success, all these accomplishments, that you're having. You're climbing up socioeconomically, you're ostracizing a lot of men because of the standards that you have. So you just gotta keep that in mind. So I'm like, I'm not, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I said, yeah, there's a lot of women that say, well, you can be that ride or die woman, but as that man ascends, you know, um, there's a lot of cases where he'll leave that woman that was there with him from day one, that was that ride or die, right? And I'm not gonna be disingenuous and say that there aren't men that that like don't do that, because there are definitely men that have done that, do that, and will continue to do that. But is you well if that's the case, you got to pick your poison at that point. But me personally, if I was a woman, well, I can't even say what I would do if I was a woman. Let me just keep it real. But I
What
would
would you do
advise.
as a woman, Noble?
Hey, I would advise women to you know, uh be in that seed round, right? Be in that seed round and just have good faith that he's gonna do right by you as he ascends. That's what I would do. Cause at that point, cause like bro, there's no winning, like Super said, there's no winning when you want to wait until after he's already accomplished. Like there's no winning. There's no winning after that. The only way you're gonna somewhat win is if that man is moving sloppy and gets you knocked up. But other than that, no. You just gonna be another woman in the bed with your head planted in the pillow. I'm sorry. Sorry. I gotta talk like this for y'all to really understand. Like so when y'all be talking this money stuff, like even when y'all be talking this money stuff, like bro, who in a right mind is gonna just sign up for somebody that's saying that I only want to be with someone because of their money and their financial status and what I see them being able to do for me? Like I always say, y'all never talk about character, y'all never talk about personality, ethics, morals, value. None of that stuff matters to y'all. So like I said the other night, like men, you need to treat these women accordingly. These women are going to tell you how they want to be treated, and treat them accordingly. Don't treat them any better. Treat them accordingly and keep it pushing.
There's a correlation between success and personality, in my opinion, and I'll mute.